Before we begin, save this meditation so you can return to it every day for the next 30 days. This is not meant to be something you listen to once and immediately leave behind. It is a 30-day practice created to help you loosen the emotional grip of what has ended. Accept what cannot be changed. Keep the wisdom your past gave you, and reclaim the energy that has remained tied to people, choices, dreams, and versions of life that are no longer here. This 30-day journey is not about forgetting your past. It is about ending the habit of living there. You do not have to erase what happened. You do not have to pretend it did not matter. You do not have to rush yourself into forgiveness, closure, or acceptance before you are ready. You are simply practicing a new relationship with what has already occurred. A relationship in which the past can be remembered without becoming the place where you spend every emotional day. Subscribe now so this meditation remains easy to find and so you can continue your transformation with the other guided practices on this channel. Choose a time you can return each day. You may listen in the morning before the memories and responsibilities of the day become loud. You may listen in the evening when you are ready to release what you have been carrying. You may listen before sleep, when your body is naturally becoming quieter and your conscious mind is beginning to loosen its grip. The exact time matters less than your willingness to return. For the next 30 days, allow repetition to become part of the process. You may notice certain words reaching you differently as the days pass. You may become more aware of the moments when your mind returns to an old conversation. You may notice when regret begins rewriting what happened. You may recognize the urge to search for an answer that may never arrive. You may begin catching yourself before you spend another hour imagining what should have happened, what you should have said, or who you might have been if life had unfolded differently. Some days, letting go may feel powerful. Other days, you may feel that nothing has changed. Both experiences are part of the practice. Emotional freedom is not always dramatic. Sometimes it is the moment you remember without spiraling. Sometimes it is the evening you do not check. Sometimes it is the conversation you stop rehearsing. Sometimes it is the first time you think about what happened and realize the memory no longer controls the entire room inside you. Missing one day does not erase what you have already practiced. Simply return the following day. You do not need to begin again from the beginning. You do not need to criticize yourself. You only need to come back. You may also comment with the day you are completing, beginning with day 1 today. Each time you return, update your number. Let it become a visible record of the promise you are keeping to yourself. Not a promise to forget, a promise to stop abandoning your present for something that has already ended. Make sure you are in a comfortable and safe place where you can fully relax. Do not listen while driving or doing anything that requires your complete attention. Allow your body to settle into the position that feels most supportive. You may lie down or remain seated. Let your hands rest naturally. Let your legs become comfortable. Allow your eyes to close whenever you feel ready. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is nowhere else you need to be right now. There is nothing you need to solve in this moment. No explanation must be found before you are allowed to rest. No conversation must be completed in your imagination. No person must finally understand what they did. No version of the past must be rearranged before you can breathe. For this moment, let the past remain where it is. Bring your awareness to the surface beneath your body. Notice the places where you are being supported. Feel the weight of your head. Feel your shoulders. Feel your back, your hips, your legs, and your feet. Allow yourself to become a little heavier. You have carried enough. You do not have to hold your body so tightly. You do not have to remain ready for the past to repeat itself. You do not have to brace for a conversation that is not happening now. Let the surface beneath you carry some of the weight. Bring your attention to the top of your head. Imagine a gentle warmth beginning there. It is soft and patient. It does not demand that you relax perfectly. It simply invites the muscles around your scalp to loosen. Allow that warmth to move toward your forehead. Notice whether you have been holding tension between your eyebrows. Perhaps your mind has been trying to solve what could not be solved. Perhaps it has been examining every detail, searching for the moment when everything changed. Let your forehead smooth. Let the muscles around your eyes soften. Your eyes have looked backward enough for today. They have searched old messages, old photographs, old memories, old expressions, and old signs for an answer. For now, your eyes can rest. Let your cheeks become heavy. Release your jaw. Allow a small space to form between your upper and lower teeth. Let your tongue rest gently. You do not need to prepare what you should have said. You do not need to imagine what you would say if you saw them again. You do not need to defend your past choices or prosecute them. Let your mouth become still. Bring your attention to your neck. Notice whether it has been holding the strain of everything left unsaid. Imagine that strain beginning to loosen. Let the muscles along the sides of your neck soften. Let the back of your neck become supported. Allow your shoulders to move away from your ears. Your shoulders may have been carrying regret, unanswered questions, anger, guilt, grief, the responsibility for someone else's choices, the pressure to make the ending mean something different. You do not need to carry all of that in this moment. Let your shoulders become loose and heavy. Feel the relaxation moving down both arms, through your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, and into your hands. Let your palms soften. Release each finger. Your hands may have held on because letting go felt like admitting that it was really over. They may have held on because the pain felt connected to the love. They may have held on because the questions felt like the last remaining connection. Your hands do not have to hold anything right now. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring your awareness to your chest. Notice the gentle rise and fall created by your breathing. You do not need to change it. Simply observe. Your body knows how to continue without receiving every answer. Allow the muscles around your ribs to soften. Let your upper back become heavier. Let the space between your shoulder blades release. Bring your awareness to your heart area. You may notice sadness. You may notice anger. You may notice numbness. You may notice longing, relief, guilt, or a confusing mixture of many emotions. There is no correct experience. You do not have to decide whether you should still care. You do not have to measure whether you are healing fast enough. You are simply making room for what is already here. Bring your attention to your stomach. Let it soften. You do not need to pull it inward. You do not need to protect yourself by remaining tense. Allow your abdomen to expand naturally as you breathe. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel the relaxation moving through your lower back. Let the muscles become warm and supported. Let your hips become heavy. Release any tightness you have been holding through your pelvis. Allow the softness to move down through your thighs. Feel the weight of both legs. Let the muscles around your knees loosen. Let the relaxation continue down through your calves, your ankles, and into your feet. Notice your heels. Notice the soles of your feet. Notice each toe. Let your entire body become still without forcing it to be still. You may continue noticing sensations. You may hear sounds around you. You may notice thoughts arriving. Relaxation does not require the absence of thought. It is the decision to stop following every thought back into the past. For the next few moments, rest inside the rhythm of your breathing. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4. Imagine that every exhale lowers the volume of the past. The memories do not disappear. They simply move farther away from the center of your awareness. The old conversations become quieter. The unanswered questions become quieter. The images of what should have happened become quieter. The person you used to be is not erased. They are simply allowed to rest. Now imagine yourself standing outside a quiet train station just before dawn. The sky is still deep blue, but a thin line of golden light has begun forming at the horizon. The station is peaceful and nearly empty. Warm lamps glow beneath a wide shelter. The tracks stretch into the distance, disappearing beyond hills you cannot yet see. A large clock hangs above the entrance, but its hands are still. Time here does not rush you. You stand at the beginning of a new journey. Beside you are several pieces of luggage. Some are large, some are small. Some look old and worn from being carried for many years. Others appear newer, as though they formed around something that ended more recently. Notice how many there are. Perhaps you have grown so accustomed to carrying them that you stopped recognizing their weight. A gentle voice within you says, "You are not required to take everything with you simply because it belongs to your story." Let those words settle. You are not required to take everything with you simply because it belongs to your story. Walk slowly toward the station. Notice the feeling of the ground beneath your feet. The air is cool. The building ahead is warm and inviting. You hear the distant hum of a train waiting somewhere beyond the platform. As you approach the entrance, you notice a small sign. It says, "Only what supports the next journey may continue." You pause. There is no punishment in these words. There is no demand to throw away every memory. This is an invitation to choose consciously. You reach for the first suitcase. Across its surface is a single word: regret. Notice its size, its shape, and its weight. Perhaps this suitcase contains decisions you wish you had made differently, words you wish you had spoken, boundaries you wish you had set, chances you wish you had taken, signs you wish you had recognized sooner. Place your hand on the suitcase. You do not need to deny what happened. Regret can contain wisdom. It can show you where your values were ignored, where fear made a decision, or where you acted with the understanding you had at the time. But regret becomes a prison when it asks you to spend the present punishing a person who no longer exists in the same form. The version of you who made that choice did not have all the knowledge you have now. They may have been afraid. They may have been overwhelmed. They may have been trying to survive. They may have believed they had fewer options than you can now see. They may have trusted someone who did not protect that trust. They may have remained because leaving felt impossible. They may have left because staying had become unbearable. They may have made the best decision they could with the nervous system, information, support, and strength available at that time. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Silently say, "I can learn from my past without continuing to punish myself for it." Again, I can learn from my past without continuing to punish myself for it. Imagine opening the suitcase labeled regret. Inside, you see many objects representing the choices you have replayed. You do not need to examine every one. Allow one to rise into your awareness. A decision, a conversation, a moment you wish had unfolded differently. Hold it gently in your imagination. Ask yourself, what did this teach me? Do not ask how you can go back. Ask what wisdom belongs in the life you are living now. Perhaps the lesson is to trust what your body tells you. Perhaps it is to ask for help sooner. Perhaps it is to stop shrinking to keep someone comfortable. Perhaps it is to communicate honestly. Perhaps it is to leave when respect disappears. Perhaps it is to slow down before making a decision. Perhaps it is to choose yourself before resentment grows. Perhaps it is to understand that love is not proven by how much pain you tolerate. Allow the lesson to become clear. Now imagine that lesson taking the form of a small, warm light. Lift it from the suitcase and place it gently in your pocket. The lesson can come with you. The punishment does not need to. Look at the remaining contents of the suitcase. Imagine them becoming lighter. The objects begin dissolving into soft dust, leaving only empty space. Close the suitcase. Place it beside the entrance to the station. Silently repeat, "I keep the wisdom. I release the punishment." Again, "I keep the wisdom. I release the punishment." Notice what changes in your body as you step away from the suitcase. Perhaps your chest feels slightly more open. Perhaps your jaw loosens. Perhaps nothing changes yet. There is no pressure. Letting go is a practice. not a performance. You reach for the second suitcase. Across its surface are the words, unanswered questions. This luggage may feel especially familiar. Why did it happen? Why did they change? Why did they leave? Why did they stay so long if they did not mean what they said? Why was I not enough? Did they ever care? Was any of it real? What did I miss? What would have happened if I had made a different choice? Will I ever understand? Perhaps your mind has carried these questions for months or years, believing that the right answer would finally release you. Place your hand on the suitcase. Notice its weight. Unanswered questions often keep the mind tied to the person, situation, or ending that created them. Searching becomes a ritual. Replaying becomes a form of contact. Imagining explanations becomes a way of postponing the reality that some answers may never come. And even if they came, they might not create the peace you hoped they would. Some answers would lead to more questions. Some explanations would never feel large enough for the pain. Some people may not understand their own behavior enough to explain it honestly. Some people know the truth, but cannot give it without confronting themselves. Some endings do not provide clean explanations. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Silently repeat. I can move forward without understanding every detail. Again, I can move forward without understanding every detail. Open the suitcase labeled unanswered questions. Inside, imagine slips of paper covered in questions. Some are written boldly, others have faded from being handled so many times. Choose one question that has consumed more emotional energy than it deserves. Hold it in your awareness. Acknowledge why you wanted the answer. Perhaps you wanted proof that you mattered. Perhaps you wanted to know that you were loved. Perhaps you wanted confirmation that leaving was the right decision. Perhaps you wanted someone to admit what they did. Perhaps you wanted to know that the ending was not your fault. Perhaps you wanted certainty that you would never experience the same pain again. Now ask a different question. What do I know without their answer? Perhaps you know that the situation hurt you. Perhaps you know that you were not receiving what you needed. Perhaps you know that the relationship required you to abandon yourself. Perhaps you know that the version of life you were living could not continue. Perhaps you know that trust was broken. Perhaps you know that you tried. Perhaps you know that you stayed longer than your peace could afford. Perhaps you know that you are allowed to choose a different future. The mind often believes it needs the missing answer, but sometimes the truth you already possess is enough to take the next step. Imagine folding the question and placing it on a small table inside the station. You are not destroying it. You are simply no longer carrying it. Silently say, I do not need their answer to honor what I know. Again, I do not need their answer to honor what I know. Place the suitcase beside the first. Feel the space opening around you. A station attendant appears at a respectful distance. Their presence feels calm and familiar. They do not ask you to hurry. They simply hold a small lantern, offering enough light for the next piece of luggage. You reach for the third suitcase. Across its surface is the word resentment. Perhaps this suitcase feels hot, heavy, or tightly locked. Resentment may have helped you survive. It may have protected you from returning to something harmful. It may have given shape to pain that felt too confusing to hold. It may have reminded you that what happened was not acceptable. You do not need to shame yourself for carrying it. Anger can be information. Resentment can reveal where a boundary was crossed, where trust was violated, or where grief has not yet been allowed to speak. But resentment becomes costly when the person who hurt you continues living inside your nervous system long after they have left your life. Every imagined argument gives them another hour. Every revenge fantasy gives them another room. Every rehearsal of what they should have done gives them energy that belongs to your present. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Silently repeat. Releasing resentment does not mean what happened was acceptable. Again, releasing resentment does not mean what happened was acceptable. Imagine opening the suitcase. Inside, you see all the conversations you have rehearsed, every speech in which you finally make them understand, every imagined moment in which they regret losing you, every scene where the truth is revealed, and everyone recognizes what you endured. Let yourself acknowledge the wish beneath these images. You wanted justice. You wanted accountability. You wanted recognition. You wanted them to understand the cost. You wanted your pain to matter. Your pain does matter. It does not become more valid because they admit it. It does not become less real because they deny it. You do not need their agreement to trust your experience. Now imagine removing one heavy object from the suitcase. It represents the responsibility you have been carrying for making them understand. Hold it for a moment, then place it on the ground. Silently say, "Their understanding is not the price of my freedom." Again, their understanding is not the price of my freedom. Remove another object. It represents the hope that they will become the person you needed them to be. Perhaps they may change one day. Perhaps they will not. Their future growth is not something you need to wait beside. Place that object down. Silently say, "I release the version of them I kept hoping would arrive." Again, I release the version of them I kept hoping would arrive. Remove another object. It represents the desire for the past to become fair. Hold it gently. Some experiences may never feel fair. Moving forward does not mean calling injustice fair. It means refusing to let injustice continue taking from you. Place the object down. Silently say, "I cannot change what happened, but I can protect what happens next." Again, I cannot change what happened, but I can protect what happens next. The suitcase becomes lighter. You may not be ready to release every layer of resentment today. That is okay. You are practicing loosening your grip, not forcing an emotion to disappear. Close the suitcase and place it beside the others. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. The station attendant lifts the lantern, and you notice the fourth suitcase. Across its surface is the word guilt. This luggage may contain things you did, things you did not do, and responsibilities that were never truly yours. Some guilt points toward repair. It tells you that a choice did not align with your values. Healthy guilt can invite honesty, apology, responsibility, and change. But guilt becomes harmful when it demands lifelong punishment after the lesson has been learned and the repair has been made. Open the suitcase carefully. Inside, you may see a moment when you hurt someone, a boundary you crossed, a truth you avoided, a choice you regret. If there is repair still available, you do not need to deny it. Moving forward may include taking responsibility. Ask yourself, is there a responsible action I can take now? Perhaps there is an apology to offer. Perhaps there is money to repay. Perhaps there is a boundary to honor. Perhaps there is a pattern to stop. Perhaps there is support to seek. Perhaps the only available repair is to live differently from this point forward. Let one clear action become visible. Imagine writing it on a small card and placing it in your pocket. Responsibility can come with you. Endless self-punishment does not need to. Now notice whether the suitcase also contains guilt that does not belong to you. Guilt for leaving, guilt for surviving, guilt for choosing peace, guilt for disappointing someone who benefited from your lack of boundaries, guilt for no longer wanting the life you once prayed for, guilt for changing, guilt for healing faster or slower than someone expected, guilt for not being able to save another person, guilt for something that happened when you were a child, guilt for another person's choices, guilt for finally saying no. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Silently repeat. I take responsibility for what is mine, and I release what was never mine to carry. Again, I take responsibility for what is mine, and I release what was never mine to carry. Imagine sorting the contents. What is yours becomes a small card containing a clear action, lesson, or commitment. What is not yours begins dissolving into light. You are not responsible for another adult's emotional life. You are not responsible for preventing every disappointment. You are not responsible for becoming smaller so someone else can remain comfortable. You are not responsible for keeping a relationship alive alone. You are not responsible for knowing then what you only learned later. Close the suitcase. Place it with the others. Notice how much more space exists around you now. You reach for the 5th suitcase. Across its surface are the words, "What should have happened?" This suitcase contains the imagined life, the relationship that should have lasted, the family that should have remained intact, the career that should have worked, the apology that should have come, the future you had already begun living inside your mind, the person you believed you would become by now, the version of life that may have been beautiful, reasonable, and deeply wanted. Grieving what should have happened can be especially painful because you are grieving something that existed partly in reality and partly in possibility. You may not only miss a person, you may miss who you were with them. You may miss the plans, the identity, the home, the routine, the future birthdays, the trips, the imagined conversations, the sense of certainty, the version of yourself who still believed it would all work out. Place your hand on the suitcase. You do not need to rush past this grief. Moving forward does not require pretending the lost future meant nothing. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe 1, 2, 3, 4. Silently repeat. I am allowed to grieve the life I thought I would have. Again. I am allowed to grieve the life I thought I would have. Open the suitcase. Inside, you see a collection of photographs. They are not photographs of the past. They are photographs of the future you imagined. A home, a celebration, a shared life, a goal achieved, a person beside you, a version of your body, a version of your family, a life that felt certain. Pick up one image. Look at it gently. Notice what this future represented. Maybe it represented security, love, belonging, success, family, recognition, peace, freedom, companionship, a second chance. The exact future may no longer be available, but the need beneath it may still be honored in a new way. If the imagined life represented love, love may still enter through another door. If it represented belonging, belonging may still be built in a different community. If it represented safety, safety may become something you create within yourself. If it represented family, family may take a form you did not originally imagine. If it represented success, purpose may still unfold through another path. If it represented peace, peace may begin before the outer circumstances become what you once expected. The form may change. The deeper desire can remain alive. Imagine the photograph dissolving into a small beam of light. This light represents the feeling or value you hoped that future would give you. Place the light in your heart. You do not need to carry the entire imagined life to keep the truth of what you wanted. Silently say, I release the form while honoring the deeper desire. Again, I release the form while honoring the deeper desire. Continue with another image if one appears. Let it reveal what mattered beneath the picture. Keep the value. Release the requirement that life deliver it in only one form. The suitcase begins to empty. Close it gently. Place it beside the others. Now look at the luggage you have set down. Regret, unanswered questions, resentment, guilt, what should have happened. You may feel sadness as you see them resting there. These bags have traveled with you for a long time. They may have felt connected to your identity. Setting them down can feel unfamiliar. Part of you may worry that if you stop carrying the pain, you will lose the connection. If you stop thinking about them, perhaps they will disappear completely. If you stop grieving, perhaps it means the love was not real. If you stop feeling guilty, perhaps it means you do not care. If you stop asking questions, perhaps the truth will never be known. Let yourself hear this clearly. Your pain is not the only proof that something mattered. You do not have to continue suffering to validate the love. You do not have to keep reopening the wound to honor what happened. You do not have to remain emotionally unavailable to the present to prove loyalty to the past. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Silently repeat. I can honor what mattered without continuing to live inside what ended. Again, I can honor what mattered without continuing to live inside what ended. The station attendant gestures toward a quiet room beside the platform. You enter. Inside is a long wooden table. On the table are several empty spaces. This is where you decide what belongs on the next journey. You reach into your pocket and remove the light of wisdom you collected from regret. Place it on the table. The wisdom stays. You remove the truth you already know, the truth that does not depend on receiving every answer. Place it beside the wisdom. The truth stays. You remove the boundary formed by resentment, the recognition that what happened was not acceptable and does not need to be repeated. Place it on the table. The boundary stays. You remove the card containing responsibility, repair, or the commitment to live differently. Place it on the table. The responsibility stays. You bring forward the deeper desire that lived beneath the future you imagined. Love, belonging, security, peace, purpose. Place it on the table. The desire stays, but it is no longer attached to one person, one outcome, or one version of life. Notice what you are taking forward. Wisdom, truth, boundaries, responsibility, hope. These are not heavy. They do not drag behind you. They support the journey ahead. The station attendant gives you a new piece of luggage. It is small, strong, and easy to carry. Place the wisdom inside. Place the truth inside. Place the boundary inside. Place the responsibility inside. Place the hope inside. Close the bag. Feel its weight. It is not empty, because moving forward does not mean becoming untouched by your life. It is lighter because you are carrying what serves you rather than everything that happened. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Silently repeat. I decide what the past is allowed to give my future. Again, I decide what the past is allowed to give my future. You leave the room and walk toward the platform. The train is waiting. It is not rushing you. Its windows glow with warm light. The doors remain open. On the platform, there is a bench. Someone is sitting there. As you move closer, you recognize the person. It is an earlier version of you, the version who experienced the ending, the version who received the news, the version who watched the relationship change, the version who made the choice, the version who did not know how life would continue. They look tired. Perhaps they are angry. Perhaps they are numb. Perhaps they are still waiting for someone to return. Sit beside them. You do not need to explain what eventually happened. You do not need to tell them to move on. You do not need to criticize how long they remain tied to the past. Simply sit. Notice what this version of you needed, but did not receive. Maybe they needed someone to believe them. Maybe they needed permission to leave. Maybe they needed permission to stay until they were ready. Maybe they needed reassurance that they were not impossible to love. Maybe they needed help understanding that another person's behavior was not a measurement of their worth. Maybe they needed rest. Maybe they needed protection. Maybe they needed someone to say, "You do not have to understand everything tonight." Turn toward this version of you. Silently say, "I am sorry you carried this alone." Pause. I am sorry you believed this ending defined your value. Pause. I am sorry you thought your only choices were to forget or remain trapped. Pause. You are allowed to grieve. Pause. You are allowed to rest. Pause. You are allowed to come with me. Notice their expression. They may not fully trust you yet. That is okay. Ask them, What are you afraid will happen if we move forward? Listen. Perhaps they fear being hurt again. Perhaps they fear forgetting. Perhaps they fear that letting go will make the loss final. Perhaps they fear that moving forward means admitting the other person won. Perhaps they fear that a new life will betray the old one. Perhaps they fear they will never feel that kind of love again. Perhaps they fear they are leaving a part of themselves behind. Respond gently. We are not leaving you behind. Again, we are not leaving you behind. We are taking the lesson, the love, and the truth. We are leaving the endless punishment. Let those words settle. We are taking the lesson, the love, and the truth. We are leaving the endless punishment. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Imagine placing your hand over theirs. Let them know that the journey forward will not require them to disappear. They will become part of your compassion, part of your wisdom, part of the reason you recognize what you need, part of the reason you no longer ignore certain signs, part of the reason you understand the value of peace. This earlier version of you stands. Together, you walk toward the train. As you approach the open door, the station attendant asks one final question. What are you willing to stop waiting for? Allow an answer to rise. Maybe you are willing to stop waiting for an apology. Stop waiting for them to return. Stop waiting for the truth to be admitted. Stop waiting for the past to become fair. Stop waiting to feel nothing before you begin living again. Stop waiting for permission to be happy. Stop waiting for the person you were to come back. Stop waiting for someone else to provide closure. Stop waiting for certainty that the future will not hurt. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Silently say, I stop waiting for the past to release me. I choose to release myself. Again, I stop waiting for the past to release me. I choose to release myself. Step onto the train. The earlier version of you steps on beside you. The doors remain open for a moment longer. Look back at the platform. You can see the luggage you set down. It has not disappeared. It is simply no longer in your hands. You may visit some of those feelings again. A memory may return. An anniversary may arrive. A song may open an old room. A dream may bring someone back for one night. The return of a feeling does not mean you made the wrong choice. The return of grief does not mean you have failed to move forward. Healing is not a straight track with no stops. Healing is learning that you can feel what returns without packing your life around it again. The train doors close gently. The train begins to move. At first, the station remains visible through the window. You see the lamps, the bench, the clock, and the bags resting near the entrance. You may feel an urge to go back. Let the urge exist without obeying it. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Silently repeat. I can miss what was and still choose what is next. Again, I can miss what was and still choose what is next. The station becomes smaller. The landscape opens. The sky begins changing from deep blue to soft gold. You sit beside the window with your lighter bag resting near your feet. The earlier version of you sits across from you. Between you is a small table. You notice several tickets resting there. Each ticket represents a new permission. Pick up the first. It says, "You are allowed to have a good day without feeling guilty." Let those words settle. You are allowed to have a good day without feeling guilty. You do not have to ruin a peaceful moment to prove the painful one mattered. Pick up the second ticket. It says, "You are allowed to stop checking." Perhaps checking means looking at a profile, rereading messages, asking mutual friends, searching for signs, revisiting the place where the story remains emotionally active. You are allowed to stop checking, not because you no longer care, because checking keeps the station inside the train. Pick up the third ticket. It says, "You are allowed to become someone the past never met." Let that settle. You are allowed to develop new routines, new standards, new relationships, new dreams, and a new understanding of yourself. You do not need to remain recognizable to people who only knew you through pain. Pick up the fourth ticket. It says, "You are allowed to love again." This may mean romantic love, friendship, creativity, purpose, your body, your home, your life, yourself. You are allowed to love without guaranteeing that nothing will ever end. You are allowed to participate in life without demanding certainty from it. Pick up the fifth ticket. It says, "You are allowed to remember without returning." Let these words move through you. You are allowed to remember without returning. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. The train moves through the quiet landscape. Outside the window, fields begin appearing. Trees stand against the rising light. Rivers reflect the sky. Each scene passes without needing to be held. Notice how the landscape arrives, becomes visible, and then moves behind you. The train does not stop to capture every view. It receives each moment and continues. Your mind can learn this rhythm. A memory can appear. You can notice it. You can feel what it brings. You can allow it to pass. You do not need to climb inside every memory. You do not need to continue every thought. You do not need to turn every feeling into a decision. Imagine one memory appearing outside the window. See it as though it were part of the landscape. Maybe it is a room, a face, a conversation, a place, a version of your life. Watch it without entering it. Silently say, "This happened, it mattered, and it is not happening now." Again, "This happened, it mattered, and it is not happening now." Notice the memory moving behind the train. Another memory appears, perhaps one that still causes pain. Observe it. "This happened, it mattered, and it is not happening now." The memory passes. Another appears, perhaps a beautiful memory, one you have been afraid to release because it carries warmth. You do not have to reject it. Silently say, "I can appreciate what was good without asking it to return." Again, "I can appreciate what was good without asking it to return." The beautiful memory passes gently. Moving forward does not require turning the past into something entirely bad. You can acknowledge what was beautiful and still accept that it ended. You can love the person you were and still grow beyond them. You can hold gratitude and grief in the same heart. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. The earlier version of you looks out the window. You notice they are beginning to relax. Their shoulders lower. Their breathing becomes steadier. They ask, "Where are we going?" You answer, "We are going toward a life that does not require the past to change before we are allowed to live it." Let that answer settle. A life that does not require the past to change before you are allowed to live it. The train enters a long tunnel. The light outside disappears. For a moment, you can only see your reflection in the window. This tunnel represents the seasons when moving forward does not feel hopeful. The days when you know something has ended, but cannot yet see what will replace it. You may be between identities, between homes, between relationships, between dreams, between the person you were and the person you are becoming. The space between can feel empty, but emptiness is not always evidence that nothing is happening. Some transitions happen in darkness because your eyes need time to adjust. The train continues moving even when you cannot see the landscape. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold gently. 1, 2. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Silently repeat, "I can keep moving even when the next chapter is not yet clear." Again, "I can keep moving even when the next chapter is not yet clear." Notice your reflection in the dark window. Look at yourself without comparing this version to who you used to be. You may not recognize yourself completely yet. You may have built an identity around being someone's partner, someone's child, someone's caregiver, someone's employee, someone's rescuer, or someone's hope. When that role ended, part of your identity may have ended with it. You are not required to recover the exact person you were before. You are allowed to become someone new, not someone disconnected from your history, someone informed by it. Silently say, "I do not have to return to who I was. I am allowed to discover who I am now." Again, "I do not have to return to who I was. I am allowed to discover who I am now." The train begins leaving the tunnel. A warm light appears ahead. The earlier version of you smiles slightly. You both watch as the train emerges into a new landscape. The sky is brighter now. The fields are green. In the distance, you see a town you have never visited. There are open windows, quiet streets, gardens, cafes, homes, and paths leading in many directions. Nothing here is demanding that you choose your entire future today. The new landscape simply exists as possibility. Your life does not need to be immediately filled. You do not have to replace what ended. You do not need a new relationship to prove that you have moved on. You do not need a new achievement to make the loss worthwhile. You do not need to become busy enough to avoid grief. You can move forward slowly. You can let the next life meet you, one honest day at a time. The train slows as it approaches a station. A sign outside reads, "The present." The doors open. You and the earlier version of you step onto the platform. This station feels different. The air is warm. The clock is moving. People pass with calm purpose, each carrying only what they need. You notice that the earlier version of you is no longer separate from you. Their outline begins glowing softly. They step closer. They do not disappear. They become part of you. Their resilience becomes your resilience. Their sensitivity becomes your compassion. Their mistakes become your wisdom. Their survival becomes your evidence. Their grief becomes your capacity to love deeply without remaining trapped in loss. Feel this earlier version of you settling gently into your heart. Silently say, I bring myself forward whole. Again, I bring myself forward whole. You are not leaving yourself behind. You are leaving behind the belief that pain must remain the center of your identity. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Walk through the station called the present. You notice 5 doorways. The first doorway is labeled today. Step through. Imagine waking tomorrow morning. Notice the room around you. Notice the light. Notice the first few moments before the mind begins its familiar search. Perhaps it usually asks, do they miss me? Did I make a mistake? Why did this happen? What if I never feel better? Tomorrow morning, imagine placing one hand over your heart or stomach. Say, today is not required to answer yesterday. Again, today is not required to answer yesterday. See yourself choosing one action that belongs to the present. Opening the curtains, drinking water, making the bed, taking a shower, walking outside, beginning work, calling someone who supports you, completing one task that has been delayed by emotional exhaustion. The action does not need to be dramatic. It simply tells your nervous system, we are here now. The second doorway is labeled attention. Step through. Imagine noticing your mind beginning to replay an old conversation. Instead of becoming angry with yourself, say, my mind is returning to what feels unfinished. Pause, then ask, does this thought require action, or is it asking for reassurance? If action is required, choose one responsible step. If no action is available, return your attention to your body. Feel your feet. Notice your breath. Name 5 things you can see. Return to the room. Silently say, I can redirect my attention without denying my feelings. Again, I can redirect my attention without denying my feelings. The third doorway is labeled energy. Step through. Imagine the emotional energy that has remained attached to the past. See it as hundreds of small threads extending from your body toward old conversations, people, places, and imagined outcomes. You do not need to cut these threads violently. Imagine gently calling your energy home. Silently say, I return my energy to the life I am living now. Again, I return my energy to the life I am living now. See the threads loosening from the past and returning as warm light. The energy moves into your chest, your hands, your voice, your creativity, your sleep, your decisions, your ability to notice beauty, your willingness to participate in your own future. Feel your energy becoming available again. The fourth doorway is labeled choice. Step through. Imagine being invited to repeat an old pattern. Perhaps someone reaches out. Perhaps loneliness makes the past look safer than it was. Perhaps guilt asks you to abandon a boundary. Perhaps nostalgia removes every painful part of the story and shows you only what you miss. Pause. Ask, am I choosing from love, or am I trying to escape discomfort? You do not need to answer quickly. Feel your feet. Breathe. Remember the luggage you set down. Silently say, missing something does not always mean I should return to it. Again, missing something does not always mean I should return to it. The fifth doorway is labeled possibility. Step through. Imagine one small thing that could become possible when your energy is no longer consumed by what ended. A new friendship, a creative project, a peaceful home, a healthier relationship, a new city, a stronger boundary, a deeper relationship with yourself, a morning that feels lighter, a night when you sleep without replaying, a life that has room for surprise. You do not have to choose one future forever. Simply allow possibility to exist. Silently say, something meaningful can still happen from here. Again, something meaningful can still happen from here. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5 doorways fade, and you find yourself standing in the center of the present day station. Above you is a large board showing arriving and departing trains. One line reads, past, departed. Another reads, future, not yet arrived. A final line reads, present, now boarding. Notice what these words mean. You cannot board yesterday. You cannot yet board tomorrow. The only train available is the one carrying this moment. And this moment does not ask you to have everything resolved. It only asks you to be here. Silently repeat, I am here. Again, I am here. I am not living the ending again. Again, I am not living the ending again. I am here. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now imagine yourself 30 days from today. You are standing in this station again, but something about you feels different. Not because every memory has disappeared, not because you never feel sadness, not because you have received every answer. The difference is that you no longer follow every memory back to the same platform. You notice the thought sooner. You recognize the trigger. You understand what belongs to the past and what belongs to the present. You feel grief without building your entire day around it. You can remember without reaching. You can miss without returning. You can acknowledge regret without attacking yourself. You can live with unanswered questions. You can protect the lesson without preserving the wound. See this day, 3-0 version of you standing across from you. Notice their breathing. Notice their shoulders. Notice the way their eyes are directed forward without denying where they have been. They step closer. They place a small train ticket in your hand. On it are the words, one way. This ticket does not mean you will never remember. It means your life is moving in one direction. Forward. Your day 3-0 self says, thank you for choosing movement before you felt completely ready. Let those words settle. Thank you for choosing movement before you felt completely ready. They say, thank you for not requiring yourself to forget. Pause. Thank you for keeping the lesson and releasing the punishment. Pause. Thank you for returning your energy to us. Allow yourself to receive these words. Your day 30 self asks, what are you ready to stop carrying today? Let one answer rise. Do not force it. Regret, a question, a person's opinion, a fantasy, a responsibility, a version of yourself, a hope that has become painful, a need to be understood, a belief that moving forward is betrayal. Whatever arises, imagine placing it in your day, 30 self's hands. They carry it toward the edge of the platform, where a final luggage room waits. They place it inside. The door closes gently. Your day, 30 self returns. They remind you, you may feel this again. You can set it down again. This is important. Letting go is not always one decision. Sometimes it is the same loving decision made many times. You may release the same memory in the morning and again before sleep. You may set down the same question every day for a while. Each return is not failure. Each return strengthens the new direction. Silently repeat, every time I set it down, I strengthen my ability to move forward. Again, every time I set it down, I strengthen my ability to move forward. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your day, 30 self, begins merging gently with you. Feel their steadiness entering your posture. Feel their acceptance entering your breath. Feel their forward movement entering your feet. You are not becoming someone else. You are practicing the version of yourself who no longer confuses, remembering with returning. Repeat silently, or allow these words to move through your awareness. I acknowledge what happened. I do not need to deny the past in order to move forward. I can remember without reliving. I can feel grief without making grief my permanent home. I release the belief that another person must provide my closure. I can move forward without every answer. I keep the wisdom and release the punishment. I take responsibility for what is mine. I release responsibility for what was never mine. I forgive myself for what I did not know. I forgive myself for how long it took. I forgive myself for hoping. I forgive myself for staying. I forgive myself for leaving. I forgive myself for surviving in the ways I knew how. I do not need to keep suffering to prove that something mattered. My pain is not the only evidence of my love. I release the version of life that should have happened. I honor the deeper desire beneath it. I allow love to return in a new form. I allow belonging to return in a new form. I allow peace to return in a new form. I allow purpose to return in a new form. I stop waiting for the past to become fair. I stop waiting for an apology before I begin living again. I stop waiting to feel nothing. I can feel and still move. I can miss and still move. I can grieve and still move. I can remember and still move. I can love what was and still choose what is next. I release the need to be understood by everyone. I release the need to prove what happened. I trust what I experienced. I honor what I know. I do not need another person's agreement to validate my reality. I return my emotional energy to myself. I return my attention to today. I return my hope to the future. I return my body to the present. I am allowed to have a peaceful day. I am allowed to laugh again. I am allowed to feel relief. I am allowed to create new memories. I am allowed to become someone the past never met. I am allowed to stop checking. I am allowed to stop rehearsing. I am allowed to leave the question unanswered. I am allowed to close the door gently. I am not behind. I am not ruined. I am not permanently tied to what ended. I am here. I am breathing. I am choosing. I am moving. I am becoming available for my life again. Allow these words to settle into the quiet spaces of your mind. You do not need to believe every statement perfectly today. You are introducing new possibilities. You are teaching your mind that the past can be remembered without becoming the only destination. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Imagine yourself holding the one-way ticket over your heart. The ticket begins dissolving into warm light. The light moves through your chest, your shoulders, your arms, and your hands. It moves through your stomach, your hips, your legs, and your feet. It moves upward through your neck, your face, and the top of your head. Your entire body is held inside the understanding that you are allowed to continue. You notice the train waiting at the platform. This train represents the next 30 days. You do not know every place it will pass. You do not need to know. You only need to return each day. You step onto the train. The doors close gently. The train begins moving. As it travels, notice the past behind you, becoming part of the landscape. Not erased, placed. It has a location. It is behind you. You are not inside it now. Silently repeat, the past has a place, and that place is not the center of my present. Again, the past has a place, and that place is not the center of my present. The train moves towards sunrise. The light becomes warmer. Imagine your life opening gradually. Not all at once. One conversation, one boundary, one peaceful evening, one morning without checking, one new plan, one moment when you realize you have not thought about it for several hours, one day when a memory returns and leaves without destroying your peace, one choice to trust the life in front of you. These are signs of movement. Do not overlook them because they are quiet. Transformation often sounds less like a door slamming and more like a train moving so steadily that you eventually realize the old station is no longer visible. Take a slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring your awareness back to the light in your chest. Imagine the light forming 3 words. I release today. Let the words remain. I release today. You do not have to release everything forever. You are releasing what you can today. The words shift. I choose now. I choose now. You are choosing the life that is here. The words shift again. I return tomorrow. I return tomorrow. Not because you are broken, not because today was not enough, because repetition helps the nervous system recognize a new path, because each return teaches your mind that it does not have to travel backward automatically, because each day you will become more familiar with setting down what does not belong on the next journey. Take another slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Begin noticing your physical body again. Feel the surface beneath you. Notice the weight of your head. Notice your shoulders. Notice your arms and hands. Notice your back, your hips, your legs, and your feet. You do not need to rush out of this state. Let awareness return gradually. Imagine the train arriving at a quiet platform filled with morning light. This is where you return to your day. You step off carrying only the small bag you chose. Wisdom, truth, boundaries, responsibility, hope. Feel the weight of these qualities. They support you. They do not imprison you. Choose one quality to carry consciously today. Wisdom, truth, boundaries, responsibility, hope. If you choose wisdom, perhaps you will notice a lesson without using it to attack yourself. If you choose truth, perhaps you will stop rewriting what happened to make it easier to return. If you choose boundaries, perhaps you will protect the distance that helps you heal. If you choose responsibility, perhaps you will complete one act of repair or make one healthier choice. If you choose hope, perhaps you will allow yourself to imagine one meaningful possibility beyond this ending. Transformation enters your life through action. The meditation creates space. Your choices carry the practice forward. Take a final slow breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Begin moving your fingers gently. Move your toes. If it feels comfortable, roll your shoulders or adjust your position. Let your body return at its own pace. Before you open your eyes, remember what you are committing to. Save this meditation. Return once a day for the next 30 days. Comment day 1 when you are finished today. Then continue tracking each day you return. Subscribe so you can easily continue this journey and find more guided practices created to support healing, sleep, self-compassion, emotional freedom, and a more peaceful relationship with your mind and body. Do not measure your transformation only by whether you never think about the past again. Look for the quieter changes, the moment you stop replaying sooner, the evening you resist checking, the question you allow to remain unanswered, the memory you observe without climbing inside it, the boundary you keep, the energy you return to yourself, the future you allow yourself to imagine. The moment you recognize that moving forward does not require forgetting, these are the places where freedom becomes visible. Today is complete. You have begun. You do not need to release everything today. You only need to return tomorrow. Whenever you feel ready, gently open your eyes. Carry the wisdom with you. Carry the truth with you. Carry the knowledge that what happened can remain part of your story without remaining in control of your life. You are not betraying the past by becoming present. You are not forgetting. You are moving. One memory, one choice, one release, one return